Want to know how investigators crack the toughest cases? From sharp questioning to psychological tactics, this video exposes the methods that bring out the truth. We're breaking down the powerful strategies used to get inside a suspect's mind and reveal their secrets. Let's get started. Direct questioning. Straightforward asking of clear, specific questions about the event or situation. The interrogator seeks factual information without using manipulation or psychological tactics. It's often used as a starting point to gather basic information and establish a baseline for the subject's responses. Cognitive interview. This method helps witnesses or victims recall details by mentally recreating the context of the event. The interviewer guides the subject to visualize the scene, encouraging them to report everything, even seemingly unimportant details. It often involves recalling events in different orders or from various perspectives to jog memory. This technique is particularly useful for enhancing recall of complex events and is considered less stressful for the interviewee. PEACE model. PEACE stands for prepare and plan, engage and explain, account, closure, and evaluate. This non-accusatory approach focuses on gathering information rather than obtaining confessions. It emphasizes thorough preparation, building rapport, and allowing the interviewee to give their account freely. This model aims to reduce false confessions and increase the quality of information obtained. Rapport building. This technique involves establishing a positive relationship with the interviewee to encourage open communication. The interrogator shows empathy, finds common ground, and creates a comfortable atmosphere. By building trust, the subject is more likely to share information freely. Use of evidence presentation. This strategy involves revealing evidence strategically throughout the interview. The interrogator may present real or implied evidence to gauge the subject's reactions. It can be used to challenge inconsistencies in the subject's story or to encourage truthful responses. The timing and manner of presenting evidence can significantly impact the interview's outcome. Kinesic interview. This technique focuses on analyzing body language, facial expressions, and other nonverbal cues during questioning. Interrogators are trained to spot inconsistencies between verbal responses and physical behaviors. They look for signs of stress, deception, or discomfort in the subject's posture, eye movements, and gestures. Read technique. This is a confrontational method aimed at extracting confessions, particularly from suspects believed to be guilty. It involves a 9-step process, including direct confrontation, theme development, and handling denials. The interrogator presents the illusion of having overwhelming evidence against the suspect. Critics argue it can lead to false confessions, especially when used on vulnerable individuals. Despite its popularity, many experts now advise against using this technique due to ethical concerns. Good cop, bad cop. This psychological tactic involves two interrogators playing contrasting roles. The bad cop acts aggressively, creating stress and fear in the subject. The good cop appears understanding and helpful, offering relief. This creates a conflict, making the subject more likely to open up to the good cop out of gratitude or a desire for protection. The technique aims to encourage cooperation, but it can be manipulative and may lead to unreliable information. Minimization and maximization. This involves alternating between downplaying and exaggerating the seriousness of the situation or crime. Minimization offers moral justifications or excuses for the subject's actions, making confession seem less consequential. Maximization emphasizes the severity of the situation and potential consequences of not cooperating. This back and forth can create psychological pressure, potentially leading to admissions or confessions. Silent treatment. The interrogator uses prolonged periods of silence to make the subject uncomfortable. The natural human tendency to fill awkward silences often leads the subject to volunteer information. The interrogator may also use this time to observe the subject's nonverbal behaviors. Leading questions. These are questions carefully worded to suggest or encourage a specific answer. They often contain assumptions or implied information that the interrogator wants to confirm. While potentially effective in obtaining desired responses, they can also be problematic as they may guide the subject towards false or inaccurate statements. Repetitive questioning. This involves asking the same or similar questions multiple times throughout the interview. The purpose is to test the consistency of the subject's answers and potentially reveal contradictions or lies. This technique can also wear down the subject's resistance over time. False evidence ploy. In this controversial technique, the interrogator presents fake or exaggerated evidence to trick the subject into confessing. This might include claiming to have DNA evidence, witness statements, or surveillance footage that doesn't actually exist. The goal is to make the subject believe that denial is futile. While potentially effective, this method raises ethical concerns and can lead to false confessions. Deception detection. It involves various techniques aimed at detecting lies through verbal and nonverbal cues. These may include analyzing micro-expressions, eye movements, speech patterns, and body language. Some approaches also use technology, such as polygraphs or voice stress analysis. However, it's important to note that many of these methods are controversial, and their reliability is debated among experts. Time disorientation. This technique aims to confuse the subject's sense of time to increase stress and disorientation. Interrogators might remove clocks, conduct interviews at odd hours, or give misleading information about the passage of time. The goal is to make the subject feel disconnected and more vulnerable to suggestion. Stress-inducing techniques. These are methods designed to increase anxiety and discomfort, potentially encouraging truthful responses. They might include rapid-fire questioning, invading personal space, or creating an uncomfortable physical environment. The idea is that increased stress makes it harder to maintain lies. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. See you soon, here on Data Pursuit Squad.